Good morning, students. Last time you got a video on the uses of passive voice. Now I am going to show you what I have written. Okay. See, we are going to talk about the steps to change into passive voice. That means we are going to learn how to change the active voice into passive voice. And before we move ahead, I'd like to tell you that there are many types of sentences. Mainly 5 types of sentences are there, but we are particularly talking about assertive sentences today and affirmative. Assertive sentences, affirmative type of sentences, means you will not find any not, never, such kind of words which are negative words. We are just talking about affirmative, assertive sentences. So these are the steps. I have written these steps to make it easy to understand for you. However, you all are aware of passive voice, so there is no confusion. Okay, so this is the first step. You are supposed to take the object of active voice first. When you are going to change into the passive voice, take the object of active voice first. And where do you find the object? It's very simple. Let me write a sentence. Raj helped Rita. Okay, so this is an assertive sentence and affirmative as well. There is no negative word. So the assertive sentence has a very simple word order: subject, verb and object. Okay, so you are first of all supposed to take object, but the question is, how will you find the object? So for that you will have to find the verb, because when you find a verb, okay, if I write once again, Raj helped Rita. When you find a verb, it's very easy to find an object, because an object comes after a verb and the subject comes before a verb. It's very easy. Okay, so your first duty is to just search for the verb, and then you can find out the object. So for finding out an object, you are supposed to find out first of all the verb. Okay, now why am I telling you to find out the verb first of all? Because you have two advantages. When you find out a verb in a sentence, in an assertive sentence or any type of sentence, the first advantage is that you are able to find the object, because the object comes after the verb. Okay, and the second advantage is that you will be able to know which type of tense it is. Okay, with the help of this verb you can easily say that this is verb's second form. That means simple past tense. It is verb's second form and it denotes that it is simple past tense. So because of the verb, you are able to identify which type of tense it is. And I have already mentioned that it is also easy to find out an object when you find out a verb. Okay, so the first step is to find out an object. Okay, and before you find out an object, just find out a verb. In passive voice, in the passive voice you write the object of active voice, that becomes the subject of passive voice. The object of active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. And then the second step is to write the helping verb. Helping verb, do you understand what are helping verbs? Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, will, shall, could, must, may, might. These all are helping verbs. Okay, so the third step is to write the verb's third form. You all know that in passive voice we write the verb's third form, past participle, and in 95% of the sentences we use verb's third form in passive voice. Why I'm telling this only 95, not 100%? Because there are some kinds of sentences in which you can't change the verb into verb's third form, but I'll send you another video for that. Meanwhile, you focus on this. The fourth step is to write by and then the subject of active voice, which becomes the object of passive voice. Okay, and then the rest of the sentence. See, I just wrote a sentence. I wrote Raj helped Rita. Okay, so according to the steps, the first step I will take Rita because it comes after helped. So Rita becomes the object of active voice, and in passive voice it becomes the subject. Okay, then I'll write helping verb was. Now where did this word was come from? अब आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कहाँ से आया, तो वो मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. इसके लिए मैंने आपको एक फॉर्मूला, बहुत ही अच्छा फॉर्मूला दिया हुआ है, बहुत ही ईजी है. हाउएवर इफ़ यू डोंट नो द टेंस, आपको मालूम ही नहीं है कौन सा टेंस है, दैट्स ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, नो नीड, आई मीन नो नीड टू वरी. If you don't know how to identify a tense, it's okay, no problem. I've given you a shortcut, okay, and that's very useful. So according to the steps, you find Rita, then helping verb, then the verb's third form, and then by and the subject of active voice, which becomes the object of passive voice. Okay, then the fifth step is the rest. Well, sometimes what happens in an assertive sentence, the rest of the sentence may be there or may not be there. Okay, if I say Raj helped Rita yesterday, then yesterday becomes the rest of the sentence. Okay, but in this sentence which I wrote, Raj helped Rita, you find subject of verb and object, so no rest of the sentence is left out. Okay, so no need to write. So based on these steps, I have made a formula for passive voice. You can see that the first thing you will write object of active voice, helping verb, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, will, shall, could, must, may, according to the tense and models. Then verb's third form, then by, then subject of active voice. Okay, and the rest of the sentence. I have just explained this formula. See, Raj helped Rita, and then the first step, let me just show you the formula. Object, I have taken object, helping verb is was, verb's third form is helped, then by, okay, then Raj, and there is no any other left out word from the sentence, so I'll just put a full stop here. Okay, well, I'll also send you this PDF after the explanation along with the video. Okay, let's see the second example that I was talking about. Raj helped Rita yesterday. So I'll go step by step. The first thing is object, the second thing is helping verb, then the third thing is verb's third form, and the fourth thing is by plus subject of the active voice, and the fifth thing was the rest of the sentence. Yes, there is a word which is the rest of the sentence, so I wrote it here. Okay, this could be understood in this way also. Well, I need not go into detail because it's very easy to understand. When you will get this PDF, you can study it yourself. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, this is also very important. Well, you all know that any subject turns into object like this. For example, if there is I love you, okay, so when you take you, it will go first and I will go in the end. That means it becomes me. Okay, so the subject in active voice becomes object in passive voice. Okay, so I becomes me, we becomes us, you remains you. The spelling is same, but the use is different. Okay, they becomes them, he becomes him, she, her, it. See, why have I encircled you and it? Because they never change, the spelling never changes, but the uses are different. Okay, so these all are called subject and these all are called object. So here is an example to explain how the personal pronoun changes. I becomes me, her becomes she, and met is verb's second form, and that's why I used was, then the third form. Met is also the second form and also the third form, and as you know, this is passive voice, so I've used the third form. It is understood. Okay, you'll have to understand, whenever there is an helping verb before before a verb's third form, it may be possible that it is passive voice, but it can never be active voice. Only there should be has or have or had, then verb's third form, then it can be active voice. Otherwise, other verbs third form having any helping verb except have, has, had, they are in passive voice. Okay, this is the second example. See how the they changes into them, you remains you, but its function changes. Here you was working as object, and here you is working as subject. It's very simple. So never be confused whether you is an object or subject. When you comes before a verb, it is subject. When you comes after a verb, it is an object. Okay, it's very simple. Now this is actually a rough work. This is what I have made, these formulas for you. These are very helpful. See what happens, there are many types of sentences, kinds of sentences, and tenses as well. So sometimes what happens, you are not able to identify a tense. So no problem, you are only supposed to focus on these forms of verbs. See, you are supposed to focus on these forms of verbs. These are, let me read the title first. See, the title is active or passive verb forms in affirmative assertive sentences. Okay, we are just talking about affirmative assertive sentences. Okay, we are not talking about negative assertive sentences or any interrogative interrogative sentences or any other type of sentence. We are only talking about this type of sentence, affirmative assertive. See, if you focus on this particular type of sentence, I bet you will be able to solve any kind of question related to active to passive voice, because this is the base. Okay, why am I telling you to focus on these verb forms? What is this? First of all, see, V1 or VS or ES, what is it? I've given you the example. V1 is help, that means I've taken any verb form. This is the first form of the verb, help, go, play, simply that we use as verb's first form in present tense. Sometimes what happens, we also use S or ES with a verb like goes, plays, writes. Okay, so this is what verbs S or ES form. Verb's second form is help becomes helped. Okay, so when there is verb's first form or verb's S or ES form, you will write is, am, are, is or am or are, and then verb's third form. For example, if there is help or helps, you will write is or am or are helped. Okay, in the same manner, verb's second form helped, so you will write was or were, then verb's third form, that means was or were helped. If there is, am, are already and verb's ing form, then you will just write is or am or are, then one thing you will add, that is being in passive voice, being, and then verb's third form. Okay, how does it work? Is, am, are helping becomes is, am, are being. This ing comes here, being, and then help turns into helped. Okay, let me take an example for these things. Let me take this example. Once again, Raj helps Rita. Okay, I told you to just search for the verb. I found the verb and I have got two advantages. I get two informations. The first information is after the verb there is an object, and the second information is this verb denotes that it is simple present tense. However, you need not remember the tense's name, but you need to focus the form of the verb. So if there is verbs S or ES form or the first form, what you will do, you will take Rita first, then what will you take from these three words, is, am, are, what whatever. Rita is singular, so you will write is. And then verbs third form is helps. Third form is helped. Then by Raj. I'm just talking about this portion. I'm talking about Rita is helped by Raj. Well, I'm just talking about this portion. If you understand how to change this portion, you will be able to write the passive voice of any kind of sentence from any tense or any modal verbs. Okay, because why am I telling this to you? Because if I change, let me change, if I change is and I write was in place of is, instantly the tense of the sentence changes. It becomes simple past tense. Okay, so because of the verb, tense changes. If there is no verb, suppose if there is no verb, you will not be able to decide whether it is a sentence or whether it gives a complete sense or whether it gives you any information about any tense, because there is no verb, there is no use of verb. So verb can only tell you which type of sentence it is or which tense is there in this sentence. So these are the formulas. One more example I will take, then because it's not possible to cover all these things, and that's why I am going to send you this PDF, and you are supposed to study it. And how you are going to study and how you are going to practice it, it's very easy and it's very funny. Okay, I'm just going to give you an example, but before that, let's take the third example for this. Let's say Raj is helping. See, the verb changes, that means the tense of the sentence changes. Raj is helping Rita. For your information, this is present continuous tense. Okay, focus on this. Is MR, one of them is there. Verbs ing form is there, yes, this is there. So I will take Rita first according to the passive voice formula. Then I will write one of them. Rita is singular, that's why I will take is. Then, as you know, there is ing form, so I will take the ing in being, so it becomes Rita is being. And then the third form, helped, I will take, and according to formula by, then Raj, and full stop. So did you see that the verb changes like this and the tense according to them changes? Change. Okay, so I told you how to practice based on these formulas. It's very simple. Let me take a sentence. Let me take this particular sentence once again, because if you practice on one particular sentence, taking each and every formula one by one, you will definitely get the idea, get the concept behind active and passive voice. Okay, so Raj helps Rita. Rita is helped by Raj. Raj helped Rita. Rita was helped by Raj. Raj is helping Rita. Rita is being helped by Raj. Raj was helping Rita. Rita was being helped by Raj. Raj has helped Rita. Rita has been helped by Raj. Raj had helped Rita. Rita had been helped by Raj. Raj will help Rita. Rita will be helped by Raj. Raj would help Rita. Rita would be helped by Raj. Raj should help Rita. Rita should be helped by Raj. Raj can help Rita. Rita can be helped by Raj. Raj could help Rita. Rita could be helped by Raj. Raj may help Rita. Rita may be helped by Raj. Raj might help Rita. Rita might be helped by Raj. Raj must help Rita. Rita must be helped by Raj. Raj ought to help Rita. Rita ought to be helped by Raj. Raj has to help Rita. Rita has to be helped by Raj. Raj had to help Rita. Rita had to be helped by Raj. Raj is going to help Rita. Rita is going to be helped by Raj. Raj was going to help Rita. Rita was going to be helped by Raj. Raj is to help Rita. Rita is to be helped by Raj. Raj was to help Rita. Rita was to be helped by Raj. Raj will have helped Rita. Rita will have been helped by Raj. Raj would have helped Rita. Rita would have been helped by Raj. Raj should have helped Rita. Rita should have been helped by Raj. Raj can have helped Rita. Rita can have been helped by Raj. Raj could have helped Rita. Rita could have been helped by Raj. Raj may have helped Rita. Rita may have been helped by Raj. Raj might have helped Rita. Rita might have been Rita might have been helped by Raj. Raj must have helped Rita. Rita must have been helped by Raj. So it's very easy and funny. You will enjoy it, and along with the enjoyment you will learn. So what's wrong with it? If you can learn with enjoyment, so why not try for it? Okay, so it actually keeps you from tenses and their rules. It just makes you focus on the particular thing which are very important while changing the active voice into passive voice. And based on these things, I have also given whatever I just told for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I have just written all those things here. So for your convenience, I have written these things. You can, if you are not able to speak out along with the formulas given, you can just see these sentences and speak out. I have just, these numbers are given according to the formulas. So for your convenience, I have written these things, and you will get it in the PDF. One more thing is left out. That is the last thing in this video. That is very important. What happens? We know that subject, verb, and object is the word order of an affirmative assertive sentence. But you must remember that a subject can be of 2 words also. Raj was 1 word, but there can be 2 words also as a subject, and more than 2 also. Here you see there are 4 words in a subject. So don't be confused. Until and unless a verb comes, don't come to the conclusion. If there is a verb, that means the subject will be till here. Okay. So a subject can be of 1 word or 2 words or more than 2 words. This is what I want to say. Here you see simple examples are given. Here also simple examples are given. In the same manner, object can also be of 1 word or 2 words or more than 2 words. You see, Bunty is a subject and it has 1 word. It's okay. But after the verb, you find this object, and that is of 2 words. And here also, in this example, you will find that the object is having not 2, more than 2 words. Everyone in the class. Actually, everyone is enough as an object, but sometimes what happens, you are supposed to take the rest of the sentence to make the complete sense. So it becomes the part of an object. Okay. So in this way, it becomes an object. That is it in this video. I will send you more and more examples and sentences for exercise. Thank you.